All right, well, let's get to the dumb Jew first. So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll recall last week at some time, we were playing some sound of a guy named Walid Shoebat, who was on, what show was he on? Was he on some type of right-wing nutjob show? And he was on this show. I don't know if it was like WorldNet Daily. I can't remember which it was.
One American News Network.
All right, of course. The One America News Network, which was featuring a guy warning everyone about fellow Americans. And Walid Shoebat has a website. And the title of his piece yesterday, "We warned you 3 days ago that a massacre by Muslims in Florida was coming and no one listened. Americans should care more about gun rights, more than they care about the massacre. God bless gun rights." Now, as we've discussed, there's really only one thing that could have prevented what happened in Florida, and that was the absence of guns. My understanding is that there was an armed a security guard out front, maybe an off-duty cop. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but nevertheless. Walid goes on to write, officials said the Florida terrorist Omar Mateen had statewide firearms license and worked for a company that provided security personnel for the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and helped transport undocumented immigrants from urban areas. And now idiots want to blame the gun? I'm not sure what that point is. We warned about terror attacks coming to Florida on the 9th. Did anyone listen? No. For years we said lock and load, and no one cared. We said that Ramadan is the perfect season for terrorism. Stay indoors. No one listened. I'm pretty sure these guys were indoors when this happened, but nevertheless. The idiot who okayed Mateen to carry arms should be hung from his testicles. Mm-hmm. There you go. Just last week, we warned about Muslims working at border control between U.S. and Mexico with agencies like G4S, as well as the airlines. You'll recall in this interview with the One World Network, or whatever it is, One America Network, not One World, that
definitely not World.
Shoebat said that he would not go on airplanes anymore because he didn't feel it was safe. So he goes on to write, yet one Jewish liberal idiot.
Oh my God.
Named Sam Seder picked on us. Then he played the video. So picking on him.
The rest of us picked on him as well.
I can't tell you how many times I dealt with the FBI, pointed to them from contacts all the way in Libya, pinpointing with perfect accuracy terrorist movements, weapons cache. The FBI simply did not care. Even from my own family, we pointed them where and how to catch them, and they did not care. The FBI does not care, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of complimenting us, the mocking liberal Jew Sam Seder says that we, not the Muslim, quote, should be under watch, end quote. This is how the system from media to government repays Christian converts from Islam. Who's laughing now, Mr. Seder? Well, I would suggest that if you're laughing about this attack, then you're also a pretty demented guy. Boy, you are dumb, and I can't feel sorry for dumb Jews. Even when we point a stupid Jew to evangelical Christians, they too get angry since in their view, a Jew can do no evil. The whole culture is dumber than a nail.
May I observe something?
Yes.
It sounds like for an ex-Muslim, he still sounds a little Muslim-y when he talks about the Jews.
Yeah. Here's the interesting thing about this guy. This is a story from July 14th, 2011, almost 5 years ago. Quote, end quote, ex-terrorist rakes in Homeland Security bucks. Walid Shoebat had a blunt message for the roughly 300 South Dakota police officers and sheriff deputies who gathered to hear him warn about the dangers of Islamic radicalism. Terrorism and Islam are inseparable. All U.S. mosques should be under scrutiny. Quote, all Islamic organizations in America should be the number one enemy. All of them, he says. So,
Where do we start? All of them. What do we do, everyone?
I mean, it's, I don't know if that's algebraic, but
Don't be a dumb Jew about it, okay?
yeah, don't be a dumb Jew. All of them are number one. Maybe we should bring back math, or just math concepts. It's the new America where no one loses. Everybody comes in first. It's a message Shoebat is selling based on his own background as a Palestinian-American convert to conservative Christianity. Born in the West Bank, the son of an American mother, he says he was a Palestinian Liberation Organization terrorist in his youth who helped firebomb an Israeli bank in Bethlehem and spent time in an Israeli jail. Whoa. Man, this guy's got insight. Speeches, books, and video bringing in 500,000 plus in 2009, according to tax records. Whoa. It's worth every penny. But CNN reporters in the United States, Israel, and Palestinian territories found no evidence that would support that biography. Neither Shoebat nor his business partner provided any proof of Shoebat's involvement in terrorism, despite repeated requests. Well, that's weird. Back in his hometown of Beit Sahur, outside of Bethlehem, relatives say they can't understand how Shoebat could turn so rowdily on his family and faith. I've never heard anything about Walid being a mujahideen or terrorist, said Daoud Shoebat. He claims this for his own personal reasons. Well, I would say in 2009, there was about 500,000 personal reasons.
We got to discredit the Shoebat guy.
CNN's Jerusalem Bureau went to great lengths to try and verify Shoebat's story. The Tel Aviv headquarters of the bank Leumi had no record of firebombing in its now demolished Bethlehem branch. Well, that's weird. I mean, those things tend to slip the mind.
That's poor record keeping.
Poor record keeping. And the prison where Shoebat says he was held for a few weeks for inciting anti-Israel demonstrations says they have no record of him being incarcerated there either. Well, these things tend to get lost. He has said his own family has vouched for his prison time, but relatives CNN spoke to describe him as a, quote, regular kid who left home at 18, eventually becoming a computer programmer in the United States. Shoebat spoke at a 2010 conference in South Dakota and was so well received he was invited back for the May event in Rapid City, according to state officials. I'm sure that's all pro bono. But you know what people say.
Can't knock the hustle.
No, it's if you're not there filling that vacuum in South Dakota, you don't want some type of charlatan to.
If I don't do it myself, someone else will lie on behalf, and then the United States will be in very big trouble. So you can make that out to Shoebat. I will spell it for you.
He's got this very weird quasi-Italian accent.
He actually, his real name is like Victor D'Antonio.
Shoebat is my stage name. But if it's not to me, better that it happens to me. Better that I get paid.
The apostle business not as profitable.
That making special accommodations for Muslim beliefs was a step towards establishing Islamic religious law. I mean, 5 years on, we're not quite there, but it's getting close, isn't it? I mean,
we're working on it.
And he recounted how he wore a T-shirt that read, "Profile me on a trip to the airport and approached the screeners at the security checkpoint. I got tapped down, I got checked, I got all these different things. I say, it's wonderful." Of course, he's stopped flying now for whatever reason.
I would definitely profile a guy that had a Profile Me T-shirt and came up like that. That would definitely be someone that I'd be like,
Yeah.
maybe you're a little imbalanced.
So, so from this idiot Jew, Sam Seder, to Walid Shoebat, I'm going to guess that basically now he's just like, if I can cut out travel and just do my talks via Skype, I'm going to do much better.
We're going to do it over PayPal. What you don't understand, dumb Jew, dirty Jews, moron Jew, is jihadists are wanting to kill you. I'm trying
That's
to
right.
protect you, you
I'm trying to protect you.
mongoloid Jewish animal.
Don't you understand that they're demented, the horrible things they do? People like you should be hung from your testicles.
They have no sense of basic decency. And you don't either, you dumb Jew who should be thrown off of a skyscraper, because that is what they want to do, but you don't want them to stop it from doing it, so I will do that to you. Anyways,
Don't
make
you
the
see,
check
if
out to
I move
Shoebat.
into the vacuum and hang you by your testicles first, it will deny the right-wing terrorists the opportunity to hang you by your testicles.
This is a more visceral
Seconds.
thought experiment.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
you're Mr. Harris.
All right.
Make the check out to Shoebat.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.